Hello and welcome back to Fallout 76. I am Wiggle, and this is 5 fun weapons I think you should try. As you can see, we're already in action with weapon number 1. That would be the Death Tambo. And as you can see, it makes a fun little noise. It'll kill things. Unfortunately, third person timbre or melee weapons in general, they tend to miss a lot. So I'm only showing it. I don't normally play in third person. But as you can see, the weapon is more than capable. It's not the most powerful, for sure. But it definitely rates really high, at least for me, on the fun factor. So the Death Tambo has no mods, and I actually rolled I didn't roll this, it was just a drop. But it's a really good one. But it's just a repurposed tambourine, and it has no mod. So if you get one, you're ready to go. There's nothing to learn, nothing at all. You get one, you equip it, and you start killing stuff. And the sound is fun. I think the look is cool. Plus the name, Death Tambo. Of course, that makes it sound a lot more deadly than it really is. But as you can see, I mean, obviously Scorched aren't the tankiest enemies in the game, but it'll get the job done against a variety of enemies. Weapon number 2 is the bow. I am a big fan of the bow. It is a really good sniper weapon if you're using it in VATS rather than especially enemies that aren't super tough. It's a one-shot for sure. If you are using it in VATS, it's great. If you're free aiming it, it's a little more challenging. But if you want something that's cranks up the difficulty level, yeah, use one of these outside of VATS. Now, the weapon I'm using is just a regular bow. I mean, it's a legendary, but it's not a compound bow. It's just a regular bow. I have the cool bone skin on it, which I really like. That was from one of the scoreboards. And I use the plasma arrows. The main reason I do that is I like the sound. I like the look. I just think it looks and sounds really cool. But there's also explosive as well. Thing goes really well with critical hits. As you can see, it's basically just critical hits one-shot pretty much any regular enemy in the game. There's also explosive, there's cryo, and you're not going to go wrong with any of the mods. It's just a personal preference. But for long range, I mean, the bows have a really nice range. You can see that range, 312. You're not going to get a lot of weapons that have a range like that. And critical hits just do crazy amount of damage. If you're doing something like Colossal Problem or Scorched Earth, getting hits in with this weapon is not an issue. You know, usually it'll take 3 or 4 hits at the most, and you're going to get your damage in. So yeah, as far as boss fights go, these are actually really good. And if you pair it with, I'm using Covert Scout Armor, so if you compare it with that, it's a very good stealth weapon. But yeah, this is such a good weapon. I played this character from day. I mean, as soon as I could get my hands on a bow, I used a bow all the way through. Did the raid on Vault 79, only used a bow. Never had any issue at all. So for a good time, use a bow. Alright, the next weapon we have, number 3, is the shovel. Now, is it the most powerful weapon? Definitely not. But it's not bad either. It's actually a really good weapon. And it's just funny. I mean, just the whole visual of running around and just whacking things with a shovel. Plus it makes that cool bonk sound. Listen for it. I mean, it's... just for pure ridiculousness, I think this is just... Oh, see, and there's that bugginess in third person, where the shot goes right through them. Uh-oh. Wouldn't do to die in the video, right? That's not what this is about. But yeah, this... I think the shovel is just so fun. And I was lucky enough to get a good one. This is my low health character, and this is a bloodied swing speed. There are no mods. So it just kind of is what it is. Oh. It's interrupting me. Obviously, he's not a fan. But yeah, this... I don't know. I think the shovel is just endless amounts of fun. The downside is when you run out of enemies. Oh, there we go. There's an enemy. And that bonk sound, like, just nothing beats that sound. That's just so good. At least for me. I find it entertaining. Maybe I'm just easily amused. See, the nice thing is you could totally roleplay with this. You know, it's like I'm going to kill my enemies, and then I'll bury them with the same weapon. You can roleplay as a gravedigger. Wow. Okay, see, it's just passing right through the, you know, through the mole miner. Which, unfortunately, that's just a bug with third person and melee. So maybe someday that'll get fixed. Number 5 is the Alien Disintegrator. I'm sorry, number 4. I can't count. These are not in any particular order, by the way, so it could have been number 5. I don't know. But this weapon, I think, is just so much fun. It sounds really cool, and it looks, you know, puts on a really good light show. It does have the downside of being from a limited time event, and the weapon's not tradable, the plans aren't tradable. So unfortunately, if you don't have one, you're going to have to wait until the next time there's alien invaders. But this is a very good... I know you can use it as a sniper. I use it as a commando, and I find it with critical hits, it actually works really well. I mean, it just kills stuff. It has a ammo capacity of 40, which is pretty nice. And stuff goes down. Now, projectiles do travel kind of slow, so you probably end up using more ammo than you need to, because you just keep firing until they're dead. Now, this one is an anti-armor with VATS critical hits doing 50% more damage. And there aren't a lot of mods for it. I just have it with an automatic receiver. There's no scope or reflex sight or anything like that. And it is a silenced weapon, which is really nice. So even though it makes a cool sound that we get to hear, yeah, the enemies don't hear it. So apparently super mutants can't hear whatever sound frequency shows up. But yeah, one thing this does do, it does kill stuff really well. And it just, I don't know. Again, it just sounds so cool. It looks so cool. And it just makes such quick work of the enemies. Yeah, I've really fallen in love with this gun. All right, this time this is the real number 5. So for, you know, cartoonish fun, I mean, we have a beer keg attached to a signpost. And this is the meat tenderizer. And is it the most powerful? It is not. But is it the silliest? Probably. I mean, it's sure, especially with power armor. I mean, when it turns, power armor makes this a one-handed weapon. Oh, see. It's so buggy with VATS. Or not with VATS, just in third person. It just... I may have to go to... may have to go to first person just to... yeah, alright, here we go. Let's... Yeah, I mean, it's a good weapon. It's not necessarily the best, but it does good damage. It swings really slow. Now, the one I have is let's kill this guy, and I'll show you. All right, the tenderizer is a plan. The weapon is tradable. The plan is tradable. It does come from a limited time event, though, Graham's Meat Cook. Although I know you can get the mods from the ally that you can get from it was either from the scoreboard or you can buy it with gold bullion, the Super Mutant ally. He does sell the mods. I don't know if he sells the plan or not. Sorry about that. But these shouldn't be too hard. And at the very least, someone could, if you wanted one, someone could craft you one if they know the plan, and then you could roll it legendary if you wanted. Now, even though this one looks really cool in third person, it seems to be about the buggiest of, as buggy as any melee weapon that I've tried. So yeah, we'll go in first person. And I'm sure if you had low health or you were maxed out, I mean, I'm not really a maxed out melee build with this. In fact, I don't have any, other than Incisor, I don't have any melee perks going on this character, so. But it still is fun. As you can see, it's a lot of fun. But I hope you've enjoyed this this look at 5 weapons that I think are a lot of fun and I think you should try. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, and I hope you'll join me in the next one. Thank you very much.